Awakening is not in the next. May have heard before people say that awakening is beyond the mind. Well, the next is a concept, an idea, and a belief that is, you would say, is in the domain of the mind. There is no next, so to speak, especially, it doesn't even appear to be a next if we drop all beliefs. You know, when you're a little baby, um, before you've created this narrative and this you start to create distinctions. You're in the moment all the time. You know, it takes a little while for you to start worrying about the next. The expression "out of sight, out of mind" is quite accurate for that uh, way of living. So, if awakening is outside the domain of the mind, then and if the next is a construct of the mind, then how is awakening going to be in the next? What I'm trying to kind of point to is awakening is in the now, just like everything else. Um, it's more about recognizing the awakeness, and the recognition itself is recognized, and recognition isn't really the best words because um, there's not there's it's non-duality, so there's no two. There's no uh something to recognize something. It's more of like snapping out of a trance. Really, the problem is when we use words always imply an opposite. And from something to transition from one opposite to another, it alludes towards the existence of time. So language really breaks down when we start talking about um, that which is not a mental construct, because mental constructs in the mind is uh, is dialectical, so it's basically created from opposite concepts and ideas. What we're pointing to is called often called non-duality. So if we point with dualistic words, we're not going to point to that which is not non-dual. Um, and if reality is non-dual and that's the awakening, that's the truth that shines forth when we snap out of the trance of duality. Non-duality, if non-duality, if we posit that as the truth, then there's no way to point to it or to really talk about it because it's not other than anything. It's not non-dual. There's no other. There's no opposite. So it'd be like, yeah, if we say that this is all one, all of this, everything, it's all one. There's nothing outside of that one to point to it. It's like a hand trying to point at itself, one object trying to point at itself. So basically what I'm trying to get at is if non-duality is that everything is one, then there is no next. Next would create a second, which is kind of funny because a second is also probably the smallest unit measurement of time that we that most people use. So it's funny that the language built right into the concept of time implies a second. But yeah, so to summarize this, what I'm trying to say is that next is just an idea, and if we're trying to have an awakening to the non-dual truth, then it must be now. It must already be so, and it must be present. It's not in the next. So, yeah, it can be a real brain twister if you're trying to get at this through dualistic thoughts and words with the mind, which is operates dualistically. So, the only hint I can really give is that words can only get you so far, and this is not something that you can know with the mind. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, then please hit the subscribe button. And if you know anybody who might want to see this video, please share it. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.